What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So first things first, I want to say thank you for getting me to 300 subscribers. You know, it means a lot to me that many people want to tune in and just kind of, check out today's adventures of Kenny. So, but I am dropping this video before I drop the video I should be dropping, because I still haven't edited that video, but I want to redeem myself from the last video where it did the time lapse thing. So, and I want to kind of go over the logs a little bit and everything like that. So expect that one to drop soon. It's probably gonna drop right after this one drops, just because I'm gonna edit these pretty much both at the same time. But I definitely want to get this one out just to thank everyone for getting me to 300 subscribers. All right, but on today's video, what we are going to be doing is we're going to talk about the Accord. I don't talk about the Accord that much because honestly, I don't know much about it because it's not my vehicle. I mean, I know Honda stuff, but a lot of the stuff that goes on with this, I'm not ordering the parts. I just help him put them on. So my buddy's here. I'm going to give him a mic and we're just going to do what we do in the garage. While he's here, I'm also finally about to cut the hood on the truck. So you're going to see me do that, and just a good old fashioned garage day. That's pretty much what's about to happen here. So I'm get us ready. Let's get to it. Okay, so I pretty much got these things kind of lined out where I want them a little bit, and it comes with this template for this Trackspec kit, which I thought was pretty cool. So basically you got to poke out these little trim things, and then you can mark on your hood exactly how you want it and draw a little outline. So I got the tape on there so I can mark the center line and just kind of measure over so that way it's equal on both sides. And I'm gonna do the same thing around the front ridge. That way everything kind of lines up the way I want it to. All right, got one side cut. I do got to cut that center brace. I was curious to see what it looks like with it still in there, but it looks like crap, so I am definitely going to remove that. And then I'm gonna start drilling all these little holes, get this one set up the way I want it, and then off to the other side. Okay, so I got one side fully done. Got it all cut out the way I need it. Only I am going to change is this part here that came off the inside skin. I'm going to trim it back some so you don't see it from that side. But that is it for this side. Now it is time for this side. Let's see. So if it looks even in the thing. Oh, you can't really tell. But yeah, I hope the math is right. Because, yeah, here's the moment of truth. Well. That is the finished product. Need to order some more button head bolts. The ones I got are just a little too long, so I'm gonna get some shorter ones. And then I'm gonna take a final little video of it sitting on top of the truck. This is a long process, but it's looking good. Okay, so that's the hood vents are on. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. One of the things I do like, let's see, is when you walk up and you can see down in there and you can see how pretty it looks through those louvers. Oh yeah. And then like always, you know me, with the little red accents. Let's see, ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam. Yeah, that thing looking clean. I like it. All right, let's get on to this thing here. Since I get questions about it, let me show y'all this thing here. It's my son's car. He blew the turbo. It's been sitting here for damn near a week. He ain't touched it. If you watch this, son, I'm starting to get to that point. Like, I'm gonna tell you, just take it to your house. Ain't no point in sitting here if you ain't gonna be using my tools to be taking it apart. All right. Let's get back over here. So let's do a full recap on this thing to kind of let you guys know, since I get questions about this. Okay, so K24 out of a TSX, I believe. So it's a K24A2 Accord 5-speed transmission. The car was automatic. we converted it, I should say he converted it to 5-speed 6262 VS Racing Turbo, same one of the ones that's on the truck. Custom manifold, guy here in Phoenix made it. I don't remember the details on it. What is this? A Pulsar 60 millimeter wastegate. He does have a VS Racing 50 millimeter blow-off valve. So let's go from top to bottom. So injectors, I believe, are Hunter tuned, 1600 cc's. We have a -6 fuel line. I think he wants about 500 horsepower on this car. I am trying to get him to do a little E, but we'll see. The car will have power steering and AC. We've done everything for the power steering, so all those lines are ran. Most of the stuff for the power steering is ran over here. We just got to do the return line. That's the only thing we didn't hook up for the power steering. He still has to put the serpentine belt on, or whatever you call it for these cars. Let's see. I guess K-tune throttle body. He did bore out the, let's see if we can see it in here. So he did like try to match the throttle body to the opening of the intake manifold. So we're pretty much the same there. We moved the map sensor to the side of the manifold because on top he didn't have any hood clearance. This does have the Hotsport mounts, which not too happy with the placement. The placement makes the motor sit kind of high, so he does have good oil pan clearance, I can tell you that much, but for the hood clearance, it wasn't really there. So he had to do a lot of shaving. He had to shave the top of this for the oil dipstick. He had to shave the oil thing, the oil fill cap down. He's going to put a couple holes in there to help trying to turn it, because how it sits, it is hard to get off. RSX radiator and shroud. We did modify the shroud to fit this radiator. So what I did was I cut it pretty much, did dual spall fans, and then I just kind of tacked, let's see if you can see right there, tack welded the two pieces together. I'm not good at aluminum, so that was kind of the first thing I ever did on aluminum, was just doing that and doing the little mounts. So the tabs on here to get them to go. So you can see those. Let me see if I can get it upside down. Boom. Maybe. I don't know. See here on this one. Somewhat. Oh well. Okay. I don't know if it has a clutch in it. If he did anything crazy about the clutch, I hope he did, because the power he wants to put down, he definitely needs a clutch. We never talked about that, but we'll find out. He did a Innovate. Was that Innovate Motorsports? Their front traction bar, or whatever you call the replacement for that front bar, or whatever it's called. Basically, he had to do that to clear the AC compressor. So that's red bar down here. He needed that to clear the AC compressor, because, like I said, we are going to do AC on this thing. We are to the point that he needs to figure out how to run the harness. We were talking about going through this little hole down here so we can get the computer on the inside. The battery, did do a custom mount for it. Let's see if I can get it to show. So the battery is in the fender down there. We are going to put jumper box terminals like here and here, so that way he can let me do that again. Here and here, so that way he can have battery posts there if he needs them. But for the most part, I think that kind of gives you guys a gist on that. 4-port Mac valve, everything's kind of plumb. We are going to fix this. It's just kind of how to set it up and where we put it at. Basically, the resistor box was there, and I just modified the bracket to sit that on there. Okay, see what else we got here. So fuel lines, gonna be working on the AC lines pretty soon. This is kind of what he left me with. I bought some aluminum lines I can bend and do what I got to do. We did, since the piping and everything's gonna be so tight, I did put the flange on, did kind of tack that on a little bit to see what kind of angle and stuff I need to go to get the downpipe into this thing because we have to go down here and then bring it through that little opening there to go back to connect to the exhaust. So it's still gonna be a little trying, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Intercooler, I don't believe it's sitting on here unless he put it back up. Nope. The intercooler was on. We pulled it off so I can finish the AC lines and stuff here and here, and then for us to do the power steering lines. But hope that kind of gives you guys a little recap on this thing here, because I have got questions about it. It is going to be on K Pro. I think he said he's trying to run maybe 7 to 8 psi off the wastegate, but we'll see. Yeah, we know how that always starts. Everyone's always talking about low, and then you drive it and you're like, I want more. So, but anyone who's trying to do this, I hope this kind of helps you out a little bit, because I haven't seen, I guess, one of these CB7 Accord wagons with a K24 in it and AC and power steering. So if you see one, let me know, because I'm curious on how they did some of their stuff. That way I can stop trying to fab and figure out stuff on my own. All right, everybody. So I'm hoping that gives you guys the recap that you guys needed, and got to finally check out the hood with the new hood vents in. So I'm happy that went very well and everything's lined up and I didn't mess up. Still got to cut the hood pins and line the hood correctly. But other than that, this is a wrap for this video. So like always, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for getting me at that 300 subscriber mark. Peace.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow. Much love from Little Yas.